residents are allegedly occupying a government housing project in Fleurhof and Roodepoort in Gauteng have vowed to go back. They were evicted today by the Red Ants and police. For the latest on this, Malungelo Booi, our reporter, now in Stanton with the Gauteng Cooperative Governance MEC Lebogang Maile. Malungelo, good afternoon to you there. You've been on the story all day. What's the MEC saying?
That's right, and I suppose we'll hear from the MEC in a moment. Stephen, those residents, when we left them, had in fact been having a meeting with their leaders. But they were clear, though, Stephen, that as soon as law enforcement officials and the Red Ants leave that particular area, they'll go back inside to those units because they're saying that they have nowhere else to go. I want to bring in Lebogang Maile. He is the MEC for Human Settlements here in Gauteng. So thanks for your time. We're seeing that eviction taking place in Roodepoort. Why are people who are saying that they have nowhere else to go, why are they being evicted?
Thank you very much, Malungelo. You will know that national government has taken a decision that no one will be evicted during the lockdown. So we will want to receive a report from the city, but from the preliminary report, those people are not being evicted. They have not been in that land before what you call the lockdown, and therefore we've got a responsibility to prevent people from continuing to invade land. It can't be right because we're going to end up not having land to develop our province. We know that there's a lot of people, close to 1 million in fact, who needs houses in Gauteng, who need land. And we know this is a big issue, it's a big challenge and a problem that we are dealing with, and we've got programs in place, and we've been saying to our people, work with us. And in fact, in most cases, these people who lead these invasions, they are actually an organized cartel. They sell land to our people who really need housing, and our people end up losing even the limited resources that they have saved for themselves.
MEC, where must a person then go if a person says, I have been waiting for a house from this government since 1996? Bear in mind, the people were promised houses by this government. So where must they go? Because they're also saying that we moved into those properties because they are vacant and they're being vandalized. Where must they go?
The first point of call should be their councillors, because at least they are with them there. Their councillors will know what process to follow. The members of the mayoral committee responsible for housing in a specific municipality will raise issues with us. So the first point of call should be councillors. We know there are people who are still waiting for houses, as you say, from 96, but some of those houses have actually been occupied illegally. And that's why we're saying when you occupy houses illegally, you're not solving the problem. You actually make it more complex and worse. And it is for that reason that we're saying our people shouldn't invade either houses or land.
But MEC, people are saying that we've got nowhere to go because, and this is not something new. Everywhere in Gauteng, people are saying that we have got nowhere to go. Where must they go if there's a housing project that's standing vacant for 5 years and nothing is being said about that housing project?
We've got at least 300,000 people coming to Gauteng every year. Sure. And as I'm saying, there's 1 million people who need houses who are on our list. We've got the Rapid Land program, which we said will be giving people serviced stands properly, and work with them on finding alternative ways of building. We are continuing to build, and you are correct, there are projects that are unfinished, and they date back to many years, some of them to more than 10 years and all that. And there's various reasons why these projects have not been complete, and those reasons include that in certain instances there's people in the communities who hijack these projects, who make it difficult for the contractors to finish their work, who make ridiculous demands in certain instances, and contractors end up not completing. You've got a situation where in certain instances some contractors don't have the capacity, they've failed, and we've said those would have to go back to the projects. If not, we are through the NHBRC going to blacklist those, and not just with the NHBRC only, but even with the various government institutions to deal with that issue. And then there's, as I've said, those projects which will then have to ensure that we complete so that our people are able to get these opportunities.
Quickly, MEC, I was in Helderberg in Lesedi, where people have invaded, moved into these structures that were abandoned by the developer, and they fixed them. And they're saying that register these properties under their name. Will you?
Look, Malungelo, those houses have got owners. So if some of the people are owners of those houses, well and good. So if you let them stay there, what happens to the owners? We don't want to create a situation where our people end up fighting among themselves because others feel that government has allowed people to occupy their houses. We have that situation in various areas of our province, and we've been trying to quell that situation and manage it properly. So I can't. I know the answer you want from me, and for you, you believe it makes sense. They're fixed, so let them stay there.
And they paid a lot of money.
Yeah, but why do you pay money on property that's not yours in the first instance?
If the project has been vacant.
Yeah. So what I'm saying to you, we will attend to that situation. I know you want me to say we'll leave them. You can't. I don't make laws. I implement laws. So we have to look at the laws and look at what does the law say. From where I'm sitting, if it was up to me, I'll probably do as you say. But there's laws, and I've got a responsibility as an executive responsible to implement the laws of this country.
But are you clearly communicating? Because I also get a sense, MEC, that people are not getting proper communication from authorities about the issues surrounding housing in this province.
We are communicating. Whether our communication is enough and it's effective, it's something else. But we are communicating, and we must always strive to communicate more and improve and not use any excuses. So we will take criticism if people feel that we're not communicating enough. We'll take that criticism and work hard to improve on our communication.